Hi, welcome to End Credit Reviews on episode Unscripted. This is just me, Tyler from End Credit Reviews, doing this review solo. The reason why is Steven is a bit on vacation right now. He would love to do this because he's a big fan of the actress who plays Wonder Woman. So I guess this review was kind of a shout out to him. So anyway, this is the review of Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is based off the DC comic books character of the same name, and this is the first time ever that Wonder Woman has had the big screen movie treatment. There was that animated Wonder Woman movie that was made about 10 years ago or so, and that was a alright movie. The movie is directed by Patty Jenkins, who I think I'm pronouncing her last name right. Also directed the movie Monster, which was a good biopic movie. So the plot to the movie is about Diana, played by Gal Gadot, or Gadot, however you pronounce her last name, grows up on an island called Themyscira and raised by women known as Amazons. Now, around the year 1918, when she comes of age, a man named Steve Trevor, played this time by Chris Pine, is rescued by Diana, and basically he tells her that there's this big war going on and the Amazons are suspecting that Ares is behind this. So basically Diana and Steve go to the World War I front to try to stop Ares. Now I would say this movie is better than Suicide Squad, but at the same time I would say it's kind of debatable exactly where I would put this one, but I did like it. In addition to that, this is very much a milestone in comic book movies for being the first legitimately good superhero movie featuring a woman, well at least as a lead, because the other ones we had in the past were Catwoman and Elektra. Yeah, this one easily blows those two out of the water. Now, I did like the chemistry between Gal Gadot and Chris Pine. It was actually very good. I did like the certain scenes where they're interacting in various society and she was pretty much asking him questions. That was good. But at the same time, there is some very serious stuff where we show like people getting very much injured and the effects of war. That was kind of an interesting thing to look at. In addition, with the Amazons, we have Queen Hippolyta, I'm trying to remember how you pronounce her last name. Basically, the Queen of the Amazons, played by Connie Nielsen. Maybe that's how you pronounce the last name, but I'm not good at these last name stuff. Sorry about that. Also, in this movie, we also have another big Amazon character who trains Diana named Antropy, trying to remember how you pronounce these characters' names. They're not really normal names. I'm not really familiar with them. I'm not really familiar with the Wonder Woman comic book characters, so just bear with me. Played by Robin Wright. I mean, there's a part pretty much where she's like shooting a bunch of arrows at these other enemy soldiers, and I'm like, yeah, she's a good archer, but she is definitely no match for this guy from Archer 2 or Archers 2, wherever that game is, but that was one hell of a glitch, I have to say. Now, the characters are also escorted by a band of like misfits or expendables, whatever you want to call them. The one character that stood out to me was a Scottish guy named Charlie, played by Ewan Bremer, who's been in a ton of movies such as Trainspotting, Black Hawk Down, and Pearl Harbor, and maybe Alien vs. Predator? I'm trying to remember. But anyway, he was a very funny character, and I felt like out of all the people in the group, not including the main characters, he was my favorite one. Now, shifting focus to the villains themselves, I gotta say that there's this one general guy, a German named Ludendorff, played by Danny Hudson. And what kind of off-put me about this was that this was kind of based off a real-life general of the same name. And I feel like it's a little bit insensitive to pretty much base a character off like a real person and then make him look evil when they probably weren't like that in real life. In addition to that, we have Elena Anya as Dr. Moreau, aka Dr. Poison, was it, or something like that? And the reason why I remember her is that she was one of the brides of Dracula in Van Helsing, which is a highly underrated movie, by the way. It's kind of cool. She had this kind of like a doll face like on her jaw or whatever that made it look kind of mysterious, kind of a fan of the opera-esque. I mean, it wasn't amazing looking, but it was interesting enough. The special effects in this movie are really good for the most part. There are a few times where like, yeah, that's kind of blue screenish and that. The action is really good in this movie, especially the climax. I'm not gonna really talk about that much because there are huge spoilers. I want to avoid that. But yeah, I just really liked all the themes they brought up and the action and so on. There are a lot of emotions in that scene, which I liked. And really good plot twists as well. I appreciate the fact that it takes place in World War One. Now, the character of Wonder Woman was created around World War II, but if you did that, it would be kind of like a copy of the Captain America movie, the first one that Marvel made. And I'm really happy that in recent years it's gotten more attention, especially with that Battlefield 1 game, which I would definitely recommend that one as well. So overall, Wonder Woman is a solid movie. I would say it's definitely one of the better of the DC Cinematic Universe movies. I would also say that it's definitely one of the best movies I've seen all year next to Logan and Guardians of the Galaxy, but who knows what comes up next. I mean, yeah, there are times where it kind of dragged and some scenes where I'm like, yeah, it's kind of okay, and some characters that could have been left out of the movie. But overall, I think, again, it's a solid movie. And I know some of you are thinking, oh, but he gave the same rating as Suicide Squad. It's not always set in stone. Sometimes a movie gets better throughout time, and sometimes it gets worse throughout time. So for now, I give Wonder Woman 3 stars out of 4. So anyway, thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Unscripted on End Credit Reviews. I might change the name of Unscripted as something else later, but anyway, please like and subscribe.